Right, okay, now we've got our bow stave completely marked out now with the centre line, and now what we're going to do is start shaping the belly of the bow. We're going to be shaping it to what's known as a D shape. This is a classic shape for an English longbow and also a war bow. All it means is that we're going to round the belly, keep the back flat for the time being, and if you look at the actual cross section of it, it would actually look like the letter D. So we're going to use a woodworking rasp for this. It's quite a good tool to use. We'll remove a lot of wood very quickly, so take care with it. We're going to work from the side of the bow all the way up to the centre line on both sides. The most important part of this is to leave that centre line intact. Once you remove that centre line, you've got no idea of your actual thickness of your profile. So leave the centre line there and just work nice and slowly and carefully and create a nice D shape the whole length of the bow. You can see how easily this rasp takes the wood off. It takes it off very fast, so you do have to be careful with it. I tend to work from the flat of the bow and work into the centre. And only very light pressure I'm putting on this. And we just work the other side. You notice I'm keeping that centre line in. Okay, so once I'm happy there, I've got the startings of the actual D shape. What I'll do is I'll just show you on the camera now the actual shape we're actually looking for. You can see as I'm working this how easy the wood's coming off. As I said to you before, lemon wood is a very soft wood, and it actually does work very, very quickly and very easily. So the wood's coming off very easily with this rasp. So you do have to take care that you don't stay in one place with it too often or for too long, otherwise you will cut a groove in it, which is going to be detrimental to the bow at the end of it. This point that we're at now is probably, apart from the tillering, probably the most important part. If you get this wrong, this will determine the draw weight of the bow at the end of it. So take your time with it, nice and slowly, nice and evenly, and you will actually save yourself a lot of time during the tillering process and also probably achieve the weight that you want. If you work in small sections, sort of I don't know, 4 to 6 inches at a time, you'll find it easier to keep the actual profile a lot more even. So work in small areas. When you're happy, then move the stave in the vise and start the next section. We're getting towards the centre now of the bow again, so what we're going to do is just bring this in the same as we've been doing here and just blend it into the handle. Okay, so we're now blended into the handle area. We're pretty much there with the rasping work now. What we do now is we'll take this over to the linisher, just give it a bit of a sand. We're not too worried now about removing these centre lines at this point, because we've got our taper of the thicknesses that we need. Right, now we're over to the linisher again with our roughed out stave. We've obviously got our D shape now, and we've got to now take all the tooling marks out of it. I'll work one side at a time, and then I'll do a complete pass all the way across the whole belly of the bow. So we get a nice smooth even finish all the way up it.